distinguished guest speakers, friends, old friends, people I know who've come from near and far to this extraordinary event. We couldn't have asked for a better start. That was stirring, it was passionate, it was insightful, it was not without hope. And I hope the balance of this conference carries the messages that Yunus has started us off with. I'm delighted to play a small part in making this event possible. Discussions around the tensions and the horrors in the Middle East, particularly in Palestine, are front of mind for many of us in Parliament, including the Senate of Canada. Just yesterday, we had a briefing from the International Red Cross, Red Crescent, and Oxfam to talk about the toll that has been placed on humanitarian workers in Israel, in the West Bank, and of course in Gaza. And the message they gave us was a reminder of the obligations of countries to uphold international humanitarian law. They've actually produced a very useful booklet on the way international humanitarian law works and the obligations that are imposed on countries to uphold IHL. My colleagues, I should say that the briefing yesterday was very well attended by, I think, 30 plus senators. And there are more and more of us who want to have a conversation about what Canada can do to bring some relief, if not a solution, to the very difficult problems that we see. Personally, I have tabled a motion in the Senate of Canada calling on the government to look at its risk of complicity in the committing of violations of international law, war crimes, violations of international humanitarian law, genocide, and to ask the government to produce a report on the risk of complicity within 3 months of the passing of the motion. I intend to speak to the motion, heads up, on a very fateful, tragic day, the day of October the 7th. And this conference, I know, will help me think through how I approach that speech. But I want to just kick off today's conference by thanking Muhammad, the Mercy Foundation, the IPD, and others who have made this possible for bringing all of you together. I can attest to Yunus's comment that the dinner we had last night was an extraordinary combination of folks who seemingly come from very different perspectives and experiences. One would have thought that this was an improbable gathering. But what I can say about that group, and what I'm sure will be true about this group, the larger group today, is that while there will be differences of opinion, strong differences of opinion, everyone I talked to last night is committed to what this institution is dedicated to, which is peace and diplomacy. I might add also that the discussions will focus not just on achieving peace and using diplomacy to get peace, but also to achieve a measure of justice. I'm tempted to say that this event couldn't be more timely for all the reasons Yunus has already articulated. Just a couple of days ago at UNGA, Canada has, together with France and Britain, Australia, recognized the state of Palestine. You all know the recent events, the bombing, Iran, the attack on Doha, Syria, the continued refugee crisis going across the Mediterranean. So it's for sure this is as timely as it could be, but that would be wrong to say as well, right? Because this topic has been timely for 70 years. And it's timely today only because we haven't solved it. So, so we need to work harder, and we have to not allow pessimism and defeatism and a surrender to brute power be the default and be the path that we allow to happen. Instead, we have to find fresh solutions and find the courage and determination to make them work. Let me close with a quote from Lester Pearson. You know, we always bring him up when we talk about peace, and you all know about his role in the Suez crisis and how he got the Nobel Peace Prize. You probably know also that he played I guess, a fateful role in the partition. Some might say an ignominious role, but that's for the historians to debate. But he said in his speech accepting the Nobel Peace Prize, how can there be peace if people don't understand each other? And how can people understand each other if they don't know each other? My friends, let's get to know each other so that we can understand each other, so that we can bring about peace. Thank you very much.